Today we're going to make this Happy Halloween wreath using the DECO Mesh Cruffle and Curl method. Welcome to Stillwater's Wreath Designs. Come on in. Hello, my wreath making friends. Come on in. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Let me show you some of the materials that we will be using today. We've got this super cute wooden Happy Halloween sign with those cute polka dots all throughout. I've got 3 different types of 10-inch deco mesh, a solid black, a solid purple, and the metallic orange. If you can see over here in the corner of the camera, I've got 4 different types of wired ribbon that all match our sign. And then of course I've got a 15-inch work wreath form. And you guys, I am so excited. You are actually going to be able to purchase this as a wreath kit. So you'll get all the supplies that I've just shown you in a kit. If you'd like to recreate this beauty, I'll leave a link for that wreath kit for you below in the description of this video. And then of course, you're also going to need your rotary cutter and self-healing mat, or a good pair of crafting scissors and a ruler or tape measure. So let me set some of these things off to the side here, friends, and we are going to dive in. This wreath is going to be so whimsical and cute, and I can't believe it's time to start making Halloween things. So if you're new to wreath making, friends, let me give you a little wreath frame 101. So this is called a wire work form, and it's 15 inches in diameter. You can get these in various different sizes, although I would say this is the most commonly utilized. And when you get a wreath work form, it looks just like this, friends. So there are 2 levels, the upper and the lower, a boatload of ties all the way around your frame. And basically these ties are very similar to a pipe cleaner or a Chanel stem. They're just a lot stronger and more dense. There are in total 18 sets of ties on both the upper and the lower level of our wreath frame. And that's how we're going to secure our mesh down into the frame. First things first, we need to prep our mesh. So today for this specific wreath, we are going to use the cruffle and curl method. And so remember I said that we had 18 total sets of ties on our wreath frame. And so the first step is to add our cruffles into our frame, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. And we're going to use all 3 of these colors for the cruffles. So since we've got 18 ties and 3 different types of 10-inch deco mesh, we're going to need 6 cuts of each. And for the cruffle portion, I want your pieces of deco mesh to be 25 inches in length. So you can either measure out your deco mesh with a ruler or tape measure and cut them with your scissors, or of course, utilize your self-healing mat and your rotary cutter, which if you're new to wreath making, friends, this is the most wonderful tool to add into your wreath making kit. It's basically like a mini pizza cutter, and it just lets you cut your deco mesh cleanly and with nice straight lines really quickly and efficiently. And it's just, oh, I don't know, maybe $10 to $15 or so. I'll leave a link for this guy below in the description of this video in case you'd like to grab one. So again, we're going to cut 6 pieces at 25 inches in length of each of the 3 color types. So go ahead and cut your 18 pieces of deco mesh at 25 inches in length. 6 of each color, and I'll meet you back here. Once you've got your 18 pieces of deco mesh cut, it's time to start making our cruffles. And at this point, you're definitely going to want to grab a clothespin or a chip clip, and let me show you why. Friends, if you are new to deco mesh loves to fray, and so the cruffle method is a really great method to help minimize that fray. And so we're going to add 1 cruffle to every single set of ties on our wreath frame base here. And what you want to do is just take that piece of deco mesh, bring it to your work area so that it's curl side up, and then on one end of your piece of deco mesh, You're just going to roll that end into 2 or 3 tight curls, just like that. And what that does is tuck away the raw edge of your deco mesh to help prevent that fray. And then you'll spin your piece around, do the exact same thing on the other end, and then we're going to ruffle the rest of our deco mesh. So using your thumbs to hold that deco mesh curl in place, and then your other 8 fingers as walkers, you're just going to scrunch and gather or walk that deco mesh back into your hand. And you're going to do this all the way to the end of this piece of mesh. Once you get there, remove your chip clip, pinch that guy in your fingers, and as you can see, we've got a curl on each end and a ruffle in the middle, hence the cruffle. It's also known as a woodland ruffle. And then you're going to come over to your work wreath form. You can start at any point here on your base, friends, because at this point we don't have a top or bottom, and every set of ties is getting 1 cruffle. You're just going to open your first set of ties into a wide V, like so. Friends, I just took a quick second and took all of my lower level ties and pointed them outwards so that my frame looks like a sunshine. And now I prefer to start at the lower level and then jump to the upper level. You can do it either way that you would like. We're going to add 1 cruffle to each set of ties. So come over to your wreath frame, open up that first set of ties into a wide V. Take your cruffle and place that all the way down to the center of that V, all the way to the base. And then give those ties a couple of tight twists. And then point them back outwards. And we've just added our first cruffle. So let's do 1 more together and then we'll speed ahead. And you'll just want to pattern your deco mesh pieces, and so I just go in a repetitive pattern. So we'll do purple, orange, black all the way through. So I've grabbed my next piece of deco mesh. I've got it in my work area, curl side up. I've got my clip handy, and at one end I'm going to roll that tightly 2 or 3 times into a curl. Use my clip to pinch that guy in place. Flip my deco mesh around. I'll make a couple of tight curls on the opposite end, and then I'm just going to walk that mesh right back into my hand or gather it, just like so. And now that I've reached the end, I'll take off my clip. I'll pinch my cruffle in my hand. And coming back to my work wreath form here, I'm going to just jump to that very next set of ties. And I'll place that cruffle all the way down to the base of that V. And I'm going to give it a couple of tight twists here. Point those guys outwards. And we've just added our second cruffle. So go ahead and add 1 cruffle to every single set of ties on both the upper and lower level, and just make sure, friends, that when you jump from the lower to the upper that you're staggering your colors. So go ahead and add your cruffles into your wreath frame, and I'll meet you back here. All right, now that we have our cruffles fully loaded into our wreath base, it's time to move on to part number 2 with our deco mesh. So go ahead and set your wreath base off to the side and grab your 3 rolls of deco mesh. So the next step in the process here is to cut our mesh into pieces for the curl portion of our base. And so remember, we've got 18 sets of ties. We're going to add 1 curl per each set of ties. And so I want you to cut 6 pieces of each of the 3 deco mesh types at 10 inches in length, and then I'll meet you back here. All right, now I've got all of my 10-inch pieces cut of the deco mesh. So I've got 6 10-inch pieces of each of the 3 colors, and we're going to add 1 curl into every single set of ties. And to add your curls in, friends, it doesn't matter what curls you add into what ties, just don't put the same color in. So on the purple, you could add black or orange. On the orange, you could add black or purple, and so on. Just make sure you alternate your colors. And to make a curl, you're just going to take your 10-inch piece of deco mesh, lay it on your work area, curl side up, and then just roll that piece of deco mesh into a tube or a curl, just like this, all the way to the end. And so it's approximately 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter there in the center, and then of course it flares at each end. And then you're just going to come over to your wreath base, and in any set of ties, making sure you're not adding the same color of deco mesh curl onto the same color of cruffle, you're going to gently untwist the ties and then seam side down. Add that guy right down to the base, right on top of your cruffle, just like that. And of course, give it a couple of tight twists and point those guys outwards. We've just added our first curl. Let's do one more together. Grab your piece of deco mesh, lay it down in your work area, curl side up, and roll this guy into a tube so it's approximately 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter there in the center. Come on over to your work base and add that into some ties, making sure you're varying your colors. And you're going to gently untwist those ties, place your curl down into that V, seam side down, and give those ties a couple of tight twists, just like that. And so now we've added 2 curls into our wreath base. Go ahead and get 1 curl added into each set of ties all throughout your work frame, and I'll meet you back here. All right, we've got our wreath base totally filled out with all of our cruffles and our single curls, and just look how nicely that is coming together, friends. So the next step into the process is to add our decorative signs. So if you've ordered a wreath kit from me, it's going to come to you just like this with a small hole drilled on either side, and we're going to secure those down with our ties on that top level of our wreath base. And so again, there's still no top or bottom to this wreath, so you can add it to any set of ties, and you're just going to run 1 set of ties through the hole, 1 single piece of the tie, and then you're going to count over to the 4th set. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then that 4th set is where you'll add your sign. And that's what keeps it right in the middle. So you've got it anchored down, although not yet twisted. Plus, you've got 3 sets of ties above your sign and 3 sets of ties below. And the next step is to prepare our ribbon to add into our wreath. So with your wreath kit, friends, you're going to get 4 different stacks of ribbon in this type. And we're going to add 1 ribbon tail to every single set of ties. And if you decide to purchase a kit with me, then you're going to have the exact measurement of each of the ribbon types that you're going to need. So you're just going to need to take that ribbon and cut it into 12-inch pieces, and then either dovetail or angle trim your ends. If you're recreating this on your own, let me show you a quick way to measure out your ribbon. It's also important to mention here, friends, if you are recreating this on your own with your own materials, it doesn't matter what type of ribbon that you use or what the width is, rather, just make sure that your ribbon is wired. That's what helps your ribbon to hold its shape. And so what you're going to do is just take your ribbon, measure it out to 12 inches, like so, either with your self-healing mat or your ruler. Once you've found that 12-inch spot, just go ahead and hold that with your fingers, and then just fold your ribbon onto itself accordion style for the total number of pieces that you're going to need. Once you have the total number of pieces in your ribbon stack, take your scissors and just cut off that excess. And then, making sure those ends are married up, take your scissors and trim your ends. I'm going to go ahead and angle cut mine, so I'm just coming down 3/4 of an inch or so and cutting up diagonally. And then I'm going to flip that ribbon stack right over and do the exact same thing on the opposite end. What that does is give us all of our ribbon tails measured out at the same length. We've separated them and trimmed our ends all in one quick movement. So go ahead and cut your ribbon stack down to 12-inch pieces, and then I'll meet you back here to add in those ribbon tails. All right, now we've got all of our ribbon tails cut at 12 inches in length, separated, and I've angle cut my ends. And again, you could dovetail if that's your preference. So we're going to go ahead and grab our wreath, bring it back to our workstation, and we're going to add one ribbon tail to every single set of ties. You're also going to want to grab your small snips so that we can trim our wire ties as we go. And to add a tail, friends, you're just going to take a single piece of ribbon, either eyeball to find that center, or if you find it easier, just fold that guy in half, and then that crease will identify that center point. Pinch and pleat that in the middle so it kind of looks like a men's bow tie, and fold that down over your thumb like so. And then come to any set of ties on your wreath frame, because remember, we're going to add one tail to every single set of ties. And I'm going to give that a couple, 2 or 3 tight twists. And then I'm going to take my snips and just trim off those excess bits of wire tie. I'll take my fingers here and just curl that guy out of the way. And then I'm just going to fluff my ribbon tail. And by fluff, all I'm really doing is running those through my fingers to give a little bump and arch into the wire in our ribbon. And I'm going to point that loose V away from the center of our wreath. Let's do one more together. So grab your single ribbon tail, either eyeball to find the center or fold that guy in half. And not looking for perfection here. Just give it a pinch and pleat in the middle so it kind of looks like a men's bow tie. Fold that into a loose V over your thumb. Come to the set of ties that you want to add your tail into. I skipped one, guys, because I'm going to put a polka dot ribbon there. Give those ties a couple of tight twists. Then take your snips and trim off the remaining bits of those ties. Give those a little curl so that they're out of the way. And then just fluff those tails. And by fluff, we're just running them through our fingers, pulling those tails into a loose V away from the center of our wreath. And it's as simple as that. So go ahead and add one tail to every single set of ties throughout your wreath base. And make sure to trim off those ends as you go and curl them out of the way. Give those tails a quick fluff, and then I'll meet you back here. All right, I've added all of the tails into my wreath base, and this part's not included in the kit, friends. I actually was just running out of that roll of spider ribbon, and so I went ahead and threw a quick bow down in this corner just to use that up. But I sure hope you enjoyed creating this with me. Be sure to hit that like button if you did. And of course, if you're new here, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got new tutorials uploading every single week. And you'll find the link to this wreath kit in the description below. Thanks, friends. Happy crafting.